Hello, this is Monique McDonald. And if you're looking for more one-on-one help with your voice and how to make it magnetic, I want to invite you to check out my coaching packages at themagneticvoice.com. Then click Transform with Monique and book a complimentary connection call. Let's see if we can find a package for you that will fit all of your needs. I'm so grateful for your listening to the Magnetic Voice podcast, and I can't wait to meet you and continue the conversation. Take care. See you soon.
Welcome to the Magnetic Voice, here on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel, a show where speakers and singers learn how to be more magnetic and align their voices to the divine within. Today, episode 67, Freedom Day. And now your host, Monique McDonald.
Hello and welcome to the Magnetic Voice podcast. We're so glad that you're here. My name is Monique McDonald, known to many as the Magnetic Voice Mentor. And I'm here with my darling Shannon Kropf. Hey, Shannon.
Hello. How are you?
Awesome. And we're so glad that you're here. Did you know that June is Freedom Month? It's all about celebrating freedom.
Right.
It's Juneteenth is in this.
I was just going to say, Juneteenth is in June, obviously.
Right. And the LGBTQ Awareness Month is June.
Yeah.
And that's all about freedom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Freedom to be.
Yes.
Freedom to be who you are.
Yes.
Freedom from the chains that bind us. Freedom from the
Girl,
past.
preach. Yeah.
Right? We are often so chained to our life history and what happened to us in the past that it completely informs who we are today. And so today I wanted to talk about how do we free ourselves? How do we free ourselves from who our parents wanted us to be? Right? Who are whatever our race is, the Irish have all kinds of poverty in their background, right?
Yeah.
And there's and all of us have these elements of, and I really see them as chains, and we feel victim to it because so often our life experiences create our beliefs.
Right.
And because our life experiences create our belief system, it all starts to go underground and runs us.
Right.
And we get triggered, which is everybody's new favorite word.
Right. Like, dude, I've been saying that for 20 years. Get your own word.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Because what happens when we get triggered is that we literally leave this time and space and go back to whatever that memory is. And it starts to play us like a tape.
Yep.
And we feel victim to it. And so today I wanted to talk about how do we release these triggers? Right. How do we stay present? And to remember that we are all created in the image of the great Creator.
Right.
And that is what we are here to do, is to create.
Right.
And you don't have to be an artist to create.
Oh, no way.
Right?
You can create
A
a great
lot of
meal.
people
You can
feel that.
create,
Exactly.
you can create an experience for someone. Yeah.
That's right. Yes. And we've all, I mean, we talk about it on stage, right? It was like, ooh, I was in the flow. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
in the zone, right?
Yep.
And that's what happens when we are feeling that way, when
Yeah.
we're in the flow, when we're in that zone, is that we are creating.
Mm-hmm.
And our mind is not chained to what happened in the past
Yep.
or, oh my goodness, what's going to happen in the future.
Mm-hmm.
It is fully present right now, which is why a lot of times, I don't know if this happens to you, Shannon, but for so often, I would be performing a whole show and not remember a thing.
Not a thing. Like, how did I get what? Why are you applauding? We just started. I mean, it's crazy like that. The best depiction I've ever seen of it that's created by someone else is in the movie Soul.
Oh.
It's a Disney Pixar movie, and it's about a jazz pianist, and they depict him in the zone at this one time. And Dave and I just looked at each other. We were like, that's exactly right. So check it out.
Oh, I would love to.
You personally and everybody listening. It's the best depiction of being in that space, in that zone, in the flow. That happens for me during music, but it also happens to me when I'm doing design work. I can be sitting and creating something visual for hours and hours and hours and not even realize it. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful.
It is. It's our mind is free from all of the worries, all it, and it is, I believe, the state that we are born to be.
Ooh. Oh, wouldn't it be great to be in the flow all the time?
And I believe that's possible.
No.
I believe it's possible. And I think it's something that if we, the other thing that June means, it's also comes from the Latin word, ignores, meaning younger ones.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Huh.
June.
I never knew that.
I know. This is so much fun. I get to look up all these things, right?
Yes.
So it's also named after the Roman goddess Juno, right? We know that. But yes, and that's how to do it. That's how we stay in flow. To stay curious. To dance like nobody's looking. All those things that we did as children. We were not interested in what people thought.
Right.
Some of us made gorgeous paintings on the wall with our feces.
Oh my God. They look great, but they smell bad.
But the point is, we were creating. Do you know what I'm saying? And it didn't. And of course, we grew up. Hopefully, better pens or crayons or whatever.
Right.
But our belly buttons, our bodies were something just to be curious about. We had no judgment about it. Our bodily functions, they just functioned, and we aren't having these. And then, we start to become aware of the other.
Right.
And in my opinion, that's where everything goes downhill.
Can I tell you that I remember the first experience I had where something I created was wrong, quote unquote?
Ooh, we all do. It sticks in our minds.
It does. I was in kindergarten, so we're talking what age? 5, 6? I don't have kids. I don't know what age they go in. But the assignment, it was a creative assignment. It was, while we're listening to this record, this is back in the day when we had vinyl, draw a picture of what it makes you, or draw, well, let me think. Draw what it makes you think of. or draw what the music says or something like that.
Like, how can you get that wrong?
Right. Well, I didn't get like, oh, I see a house and a family and a cute dog. So I just took this crayon and like scribbled all over the paper. I mean, I remember doing it and I was like, ooh, this is fun. And then the teacher came up. She's like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Oh.
Because she was expecting, you know, a house or a dog or the seashore or whatever. And first of all, I was a super literal kid. So if you said, draw what this music is, I'm going to draw like something abstract because music is abstract, you know, at least at that age. And I clearly remember being embarrassed for the first time about something that I had created.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is when we stop creating.
Yep.
In flow.
Yep.
We start creating from the place of, what will people think? How will what I'm doing be received?
Yep.
And the chains have arrived.
And there's, you know, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, not at all. Because the chains arrive because all of a sudden who we are and our imagination got called wrong. Like, what?
Right.
Who? Like, how did that happen?
Right.
And then that's what happens. We start to believe that and start to look for the right answer, which has nothing to do with creativity.
Absolutely not. And it will block you at every turn.
And we have lost practice imagining. Right?
I'm trying to think of who it's by, but there's a maxim or an idea, and I'm not. It's very beautifully worded, but the idea is that you can't edit while you create. That it will kill the creation. You have to create and then go back and edit, and so that requires a loosening of the chains of other.
That's right. And it also goes back to what we were talking about flow. If you're editing, if your mind is editing while you're speaking, your voice cannot flow. You cannot flow because your mind is taken over.
That's
and
right.
And the act of speaking and sharing ourselves with others and truly connecting is part of creation that we are, you and I are creating right now because we're having this conversation. I don't know what you're going to say.
Nope. We don't sit down and plan this out. We just chat.
We chat. And that's what this whole idea is about. And so, my dear friends, my wish for you today is that you remember that every day is Freedom Day.
Yeah.
You do not have to be chained to the past. You don't have to be chained by the life experiences that you've had. You don't have to be chained to a culture or a race of people that are in your history. Our DNA changes. Our biochemistry changes. That's one of the things I learned from Jennifer Huff, who I can't wait to share her. She's coming to be on the show.
Oh, cool.
She's an amazing quantum. She talks about woo, but from science, right?
Right.
Woo and science.
I love woo science.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, she's coming. Yeah,
that's exciting.
It's going to be so great. But this is what she says. She says that we are always creating because whatever we are thinking and experiencing now in this moment literally can change our biochemistry. Dr. Bruce Lipton was also, he was one of the first people that started talking about this. And so as we are celebrating our freedom, I want us all to remember that this is the time. Right now, right in this moment, be here, get curious about what you can create. Go back to that 3-year-old kid that just wanted to create, right?
Yep.
That is what we're here to do.
Yeah. Yep.
Happy June.
Happy June.
Happy freedom. Happy Freedom Day.
Of course, me being the very literal, very pragmatic person that I am, my brain goes, well, that's great, but how do you break the chains? And I was just sitting here while you were talking and thinking that I feel like Don Miguel Ruiz gets this right in the 4 Agreements, because he talks about even if we're not aware that we're agreeing to what other is telling us about ourselves, we're still, when it becomes a part of us, we have then made that agreement, oh, I can't draw. That agreement haunts me to this day. I spend hours and hours and hours trying to draw, and it's like, well, that's no good. Well, who says it's no good? So we can decide, I think the extension of this is that we can decide to disagree with these beliefs, these baggage, these chains. I disagree with this. I part from this, and I agree with, I am creative. I am, whatever that I am statement is, I bring myself into agreement with that.
I love that. First, that gives you sovereignty.
Yes.
You get to decide. But here's the thing. This is what I believe. This is what I know. We don't have to break the chains.
Okay.
We just put them down.
Nice.
They're not ours anymore. They are the past.
Yeah.
It's done. And yes, we are dealing with the ramifications of that because we are a culmination of our life experience. However, we make these choices, these agreements all the time.
Yeah.
And when it's just more fun when we decide to get curious and remind ourselves that we get to create the next moment and the next moment and the next moment. In fact, that's who we are. That's what we're born to do. And that's what we're born to be.
Yeah.
So, my love, happy Freedom Day.
Happy Freedom Day. Happy Freedom Month.
Happy Freedom Month. All right. So I invite you to take a deep centering breath. Releasing and letting go. Literally, put down the chains. Put down the past. Put down the old stories and just breathe into this moment. Let go. Allow your inhale and exhale to take over. Just allow yourself to open and be. Experience yourself as free. Free from the story of your parents. Free from your roles in your family. Your role as spouse or daughter or son or mother or father. You are free. You are you. You are a creator. You are naturally unfolding, creating over and over again. Whatever happened in the past, whatever beliefs you're clinging to that aren't feeling expansive and free, this is your moment. Just put it down. Take your attention off of it and put your attention on breathing, on listening to the divine within you put your attention on that 3-year-old child that you used to be, that didn't care what anybody was thinking or saying about them, that had no past to hold them back, had no roles to play. All that 3-year-old is concerned with is playing, having fun, creating, being curious about what's next. What am I going to do next? What am I going to play with next? Ooh, look at my hands. Look at my body. It's beautiful. It just is. Be the creator that you are born to be. Breathe and know who you are. Release and let go of the past. You're free. Know yourself as free to create, free to connect, free to just be. I am so grateful for who you are. I'm so grateful to celebrate your freedom with you today. You are made in the image of the greatest creator. You are so amazing that the entire universe thought you would be a really good idea. So you get to create your life from this day forward. What are you going to create next? I can't wait to see it. So with another deep breath, filled with joy and gratitude for freedom, we let it be, and so it is.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Magnetic Voice here on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel. This channel is made possible because of listeners just like you. If you would like to support the channel with your tax-deductible contribution on an ongoing basis or through a one-time gift, head over to experienceofthesoul.com/support. The Magnetic Voice is copyright 2022 Monique McDonald, all rights reserved. Our theme music is composed by Dave Kropf and used with permission. The Experience of the Soul podcast channel is a production of 818 Studios.
Hey friends, Sean here, your Experience of the Soul producer. I want to take a moment to tell you about something truly exciting. The Soulworks online community, created by your host, Cynthia Alice Anderson, and available on the Mighty Networks app. If you're looking for a place where you can explore your spiritual path, connect with others, and grow in a meaningful way, then this is for you. Soulworks is so much more than an online community. It's a safe, inclusive space for spiritual exploration, self-discovery, and personal transformation. Inside the community, you'll find everything from uplifting spiritual studies to soul-centered growth practices, meditations, affirmations, and so much more. It's a space where you'll always be supported and never judged. The best part, membership is free. You'll have access to powerful resources, inspiring content, and a supportive group of like-minded people who are all on their own unique spiritual journeys. And if you're ready to dive deeper, there are premium options available to enhance your experience with a live Monday night talk series and extended, deeper meditations. If you're seeking a place to connect, grow, and nurture your soul, we would love to have you join us in the Soulworks community and see where this journey can take you. Visit my.soulworkscommunity.com today.